Okay, so picture this. You decide for whatever reason to make a Minecraft skin, but you have no clue what to do whatsoever. While this is not a tutorial, I'll have links for those in the description. This guide is sure to give you some basic yet useful information on how to get started making your very own Minecraft skin. I have suffered for you all and figured out these things across 2 long years of experimentation and practice. I hope you find this helpful and consider subscribing and liking if you do. Enjoy! The first and my favorite of the few apps or sites that I'm going to be showing you is Skindex. This is minecraftskins.com and it has all the features that you would want. It has a bunch of skins that you can download as well as a simple but effective editor. If you're new to skin making, this is a great place to start since it has all the tools you would ever need. However, it's not super complicated like the next one I'm going to show you. Planet Minecraft. This is where all of the seasoned, or at least most of the seasoned skin makers go. It has a really advanced, thorough editor. It has so many things you can do with it. It has an advanced edition and a light edition. I never even taken a look. Oh, look, we have a skin that I was making here earlier. I've never even taken a look at the light version. Since when I started using this, I'd already been skinning for multiple years. Definitely a lot to process here, but there are some really useful tools that we'll be going over later in this guide. This is planetminecraft.com. It takes you hours when you're first starting out to make Minecraft skins. If you want to make them faster, here's how you're going to do it. First off is the mirror tool. You throw down some stuff over here. Notice how it only goes on the right arm. If you want it to also appear on this arm over here, all you have to do in the Skindex editor is click this little button right here. And then when you do something on one leg or one arm, it will appear on the other one as well. It does not go on the backside, and it does not, unfortunately, work for the torso area or anything on the head. PMC also has a mirror tool right here, but I'm assuming most of you will not be using that. The next tool is cloning. This is very useful. Let's say you have a fully made skin on the front side, except you want to get all of that stuff that you've already done on the backside without having to trace over your design, which is going to be largely the same. So here's what you do. You download your skin, you get into the planetminecraft.com editor, you go to File, Open File, and pick the skin, and then you can pick whatever model you had. You're most likely going to be using an Alex skin. That's another tip. Most skins look better in the Alex form. Just gonna say that right now. And now you have your skin in the Planet Minecraft editor. So what you're gonna do now is you're gonna uncheck this outer layer button right here. This is all the inner layer, this is the outer layer. And you're gonna click this button right here, clone mode. You're gonna pick the square brush up here. And if you're doing arms or legs or whatever body part you're doing, you just wanna do the dimensions of that body part. So for arms, it's gonna be 3 by 12. So you're gonna move the width to 3 and the height to 12. And now you're going to notice you have a 3 by 12 square right here. You are going to move it to the arms and copy everything on that side. You're going to turn the skin around, and now you can put it on either arm. Something very important though is, if you notice I'm using the right arm right here, I already copied this side. If you turn it around, if you want to have the same piece of stuff that you just copied on this side on this arm, you have to have this X-axis button on. So you can do it just like that. So now it's the exact same. If I were to do it on this side, it would look different. This works for every other body part as well. Let's say you want to copy the torso, then you do 8 by 12 and do the same exact thing. Alright, and the last thing that you can do is use bases. You can totally learn from other creators and take note of their style, but also on Skindex and both on Planet Minecraft, there are a bunch of outfit and hair bases that you can use. So if, let's say, you want to make a skin, but you found an outfit that you already really like, then you can just fill in the rest of this and do the hair in the skin. It works really well and there's no shame in it. So my first tip for making skins look great is to never, ever, at all costs, use the noise or auto shade. But I don't even know where it is. Is it this? It's right here. It's right here. Don't use this, please. You see how if you take a color, it's just randomly picking lighter or darker shades, it looks really trash. Please do not shade with that. Please use your own shading method or someone else's, but never use the noise button. Alright, the next tip is to never use solid grays or blacks, meaning you don't want to go all the way to the right here and just use gray. If you want to actually use gray, let's say you're making a purple sweatshirt, then have it go slightly to the left and have a slightly purpley gray. And then if you want to make it go darker, just go down, but never use just a flat gray. Same thing goes with black. You want to be over here, not over here. One mistake that I see a lot in beginner skinners is if they're trying to make like a white peachy skin tone, they use yellow. Don't use yellow. It does not derive off of yellow. It does not look like that for most of skins. It actually derives off of an orange or even a red, sometimes even a pink. I like to stay in about this area right here. You can have a nice peachy color just like that. Alright, this is the skin I just made like a week ago. Please use the outer layer. It is so helpful. This is the skin without the outer layer. It looks really flat, it looks really not complete. This is the skin with the outer layer. Don't be afraid of using too much either. Look at how much I have here. That's insane. There's so much of it. It makes your skins pop really nicely, and basically 99% of really good creators use the outer layer. So please use it. By the way, it's right here. If you push this button, then you can work on the inner layer, and if you push it again, then you can work on the outer layer. Just the outer layer right here. Hue shift. Very important. If you don't hue shift, you're gonna have really flat looking colors and it's gonna be really boring. When you make colors lighter, don't just go up and to the right in your editor using this inside square. Use the outside circle. If you're going to blue and you want to make it darker, you would naturally start going to purple. This is not a guide on hue shifting, but it's just something to take note on. There are definitely a bunch of videos that on YouTube that I know that are really good at explaining it. But definitely, for sure, make sure you're moving this outer wheel right here as well as the inside square if you're going lighter or darker. A site that you can use to make your skins have better elements, make them go a little bit smoother, is coolers.co. It is super useful when you're trying to find palettes. Let's say you have a picture of a character that you want to make. You can download that picture, go to the image picker, and get the exact colors from that photo that you want. See right here, this is the good example. You can just drag this around and you want this color, you go over here and you have it. And you can move it into quick view, you can see the hex, and you can copy that into the editor using copy and paste. It also is really nice if you want to make a gradient palette that's super cool. You go to make a gradient palette, and instead of that's really ugly. Instead of doing these like manually and just making the colors darker, it does the hue shifting for you. It does everything for you. You can adjust the amount of colors to make a really smooth one, and you can just click them and it'll automatically copy them. You don't even have to do copy and paste, and you can make a super smooth gradient. That's also really helpful. If you're also stuck on ideas, like you don't know what palette you want or anything, they have totally a ton that you can look from and just get inspired by, like right here. Pixlr, pixlr.com. This is the site you want to use once you're done making your skin. You can add effects to your skin, you can change the colors around a little bit, really just makes your skin pop. I'm going to use an example right here. This is actually part of a skin pack. I've never released this before, so if you know who this character is from this weird view, comment down below. I want to see if you're right. It is a character from a TV series, that's all I'll say. Anyways, we have adjust and filter. Color, very useful. If you want to make it totally different colors, you can change the hue. So you see this is turning it, I don't know, different colors. It looks really weird. If you don't like what you did, you can either put it back in the center or just push reset. That's really easy. The tint, that changes that. The temperature, warmer, colder. The saturation, like brighter or less bright. And then the vibrance, same thing basically. There's tons of cool things you can do there. The light is also pretty cool. You can make it bright. That looks really trash. Normally the only ones I use here are contrast and highlights and shadows. Those are both really good. There's a ton of stuff you can do here. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope you enjoyed. If this helped you at all, consider subscribing, liking, and checking out some of my other accounts. My Twitter literally has 8 followers. Please follow me at xjinglesthecat. That would be very nice. Bye!